Hello ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to ABHIPEDIA. So we are here again with some multiple choice questions that will be very helpful for you in your upcoming examination of RBI Grade B. So let's start without any delay. So first of all, I'll be letting you know some tricks by those you can be able to solve the questions from international organization and their headquarters with very ease, right? So these tricks are as follows. The first trick is any organization whose name is starting with world and whose name is ending with organization has its headquarter, its headquarter is in Geneva. Like there are examples, like there is an organization, very famous organization, World Health Organization, right? So this organization, if you look at the name of this organization, World Health Organization, the name begin with the world, and the name ends with the word organizations. So it is having its headquarter in Geneva. Similarly, the World Meteorological Organization, its headquarter is also in Geneva, right? So similarly, World Intellectual Property Organization, so again the name begins with the word world and it ends with the word organization. So its headquarter will be in Geneva, Switzerland. Okay. So the next trick here will be the organization related to education and economy will always have its headquarters in Paris, France, right? Like organization like International Council of Monument and Sites, its headquarters is in France, Paris, right? United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, its headquarters is also in Paris, right? And again, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, all these organizations are related to, either they are related to education or they are related to economy. So any organization, if there is any organization that is asked in your exam and examiner have asked you about its headquarter, then its headquarter will be at France, in Paris, right? So you have to keep these things in your mind. So the next trick here that we are having is about organization that are related to money, right? You have to keep it in mind that organization that are related to money, their headquarter will be at Washington DC, USA, right? Like you are having examples here. World Bank, it is related to money, right? International Monetary Fund, it is related to money. So these organizations will be having their headquarters at Washington DC, right? Now, organizations related to industrial development, petroleum, atomic research, these organizations which are related to these three will be having their headquarters in Austria, in Vienna. Like we are having some examples like United Nations Industrial Development Organization, it is related to industry, right? International Atomic Energy Organization, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Council, all these organizations will be having their headquarters at Austria, Vienna. So there were 4 tricks that will be very helpful for you in your upcoming exams, right? So let's come to the first MCQ here. Before starting this MCQ, I would like to give you a very important information that ABHIPEDIA have launched a subject-based course for your that will definitely boost your preparation for your RBI Grade B exam. If you want to avail that, you can simply visit to the site of ABHIPEDIA and you can avail any course for any subject that you feel that you are a little lacking in that subject, right? And that will be very helpful for you. So the first question here that we are having is the headquarter of World Intellectual Property Organization is located in. The headquarters of World Intellectual Property Organization, that is WIPO, is located in either it is in Paris or it is in Madrid, it is in New York or Geneva. So you have to give me the answer. So I am getting the response of D. So let's see what is the answer here. So the correct answer here is option number D, and that is Geneva. That is what? Geneva, right? Geneva in Switzerland. Okay. So let's come to the next question here, right? So the next question here is, which of the following describe correctly the group of 7 countries? Option A, they are developing countries. Option B, they are industrialized countries. They are holding atomic bomb technology. They are the country who can launch their own satellite. So I have to give me the response, like Which countries are these? Right. So just mention your response one by one. So here I'm having the response of option number A. Let's see what is the right answer and right response for this. So the right response here is option number B. These are the industrialized countries. Okay. So next, let's come to the next question here. Okay, so the next question here is, which of the following country is not member of SAARC, that is South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. So you have to tell me which of the following country is not a member or not a member of SAARC. Is it Nepal, it is Bangladesh, is it Afghanistan or Myanmar? So the right answer here is option number D, that is Myanmar. So Myanmar is not part of SAARC, rather it is part of ASEAN. Okay. So now come to the next question. So here we are having our next question, that is, which of the following is the headquarter of the World Trade Organization? Again, just focus on the trick that I have told you in the beginning of lecture. You have to see that this particular name is starting with W, that is world, and ending with organization. So its headquarter is in Geneva. In where? Geneva. Right. Now come to the next question. The headquarters of the International Atomic Energy Agency is located in. You have to tell me headquarters of International Atomic Energy is located in. It is located in Vienna. So I have told you that any organization that is related to atomic energy, its headquarters will be in Vienna. Right. So the answer is Vienna here. You have to just focus on the tricks that I have given you in the beginning of lecture. That will be helping you. That will be definitely make your answers more correct, and that will definitely help you to crack the exam. So just focus on those 4 tricks, right? And that will be very effective for your this portion of GS, right? So come on, let's have another question here. The number of principal organs of UNO. You have to tell me how many principal organs are there in UNO. Option number 1 or A is 3 here, option number B is 4 here, option number C is 5 here, and the last option, that is D option, is 6 here. So you have to tell me which one of the following is right answer. You have to give me the response in the comment section. I'm waiting for your response, and here I am getting the right response. The total number of the total principal organs of UNO are 6. Are what? 6. There are 6 total organs or principal organs of UNO. Right. Now come to the next question. And this question is the working language of UNESCO. Right. The working language of UNESCO is French, either French only, it is option number A. Option number B is French, English only. Option number C that we are having is English and French, and option number D here is English, French and Russian. So you have to tell me the right response, that the working language of UNESCO is which of the following, right? So the right response for this is English and French, that is option number C. That is option number C here. Right. So those who have answered option number C have given the correct response. Now let's come to the next question, and the next question that we are having here is the headquarters of UN is located at, either it is at Rome, that is option number A, option number B here is Geneva, option number C is New York here, and option number D here is Washington DC. So you have to tell me the right response, and you need to mention your response in the comment section, right? So the headquarters of UN is located at which of the following place? Either it is at Rome or Geneva, New York or Washington DC. So the right response here is New York in USA, United States of America, right? So the United Nations headquarters of United Nations is at New York, right? So now come to the next question, right? The Halifax summit was that of G7 countries, leaders of NAM, countries in favor of common currency for Europe, or Palestinian and Israeli leaders? So you have to give me the right response. Here I am getting response. Let's see that whether it is right or not. So yeah, it is the right response. Very good. It is the right response, and it is about G7 countries. Right? It is about G7 countries. Okay. Now let's come to the next question, and the next question that we are having here is, which of the following countries is not a member of Group 15 developing countries? Either it is Mexico or Malaysia, Brazil or Bolivia. So you have to give me the right response, that which of the following country is not a member of Group of 15 developing countries. Either it is Mexico, Malaysia, Brazil or Bolivia. So let's see whether you have responded right or not. Yes, your response is total correct, and the right answer is Bolivia here. So let's careen towards next MCQ that we are having here. So the next MCQ here is, G7 includes which of the following? South Africa, Australia, India or Italy. So you have to tell me G7 includes which of the following country, whether it is South Africa, whether it is Australia, whether it is India or Italy. I'm waiting for your response. Yes, I'm getting the very correct response here. The right answer here is Italy. Italy is member of G7 countries. These are developed countries and industrialized countries of the world, right? So now let's come to the next question. And this question is, G15 is group of developing countries, non-aligned countries, developed countries or companies. So you have to tell me that G15 is group of which of the following? Option A here is developing countries, option B is non-aligned countries, option C is developed countries, option D is companies. Yes, you'll get the PDF in the description section, description of this video, right? So the right response here is G15 is a group of developing countries, right? Those countries who are continuously developing towards their progress and development, right? So now come to the next question. Here we are having next question that will be very helpful for you. The chairmanship or presidency of UN Security Council rotates among the council members for a period of every 6 months, every 3 months, every year or every month. So you have to give me the right response here. So the right response here will be every month, right? So now come to the next question, and the next question here is, the Indian delegation to the first World Conference on Human Rights was led by, either it was led by Dr. Manmohan Singh or Farooq Abdullah or Dinesh Singh or Alam Khan. So you have to tell me Indian delegation to the first World Conference on Human Rights was led by whom? So the right response here will be Manmohan Singh, our former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, right? So now come to the next question here. The headquarters of United Nations Organization is at which of the following places? Whether it is at New York, London, Geneva or Washington. So you have to tell me the right response here. So the right answer here is New York, right? Now come to the next question. The headquarters of United Nations Children's Emergency Fund, that is UNICEF, is at which place? Either it is at New York, London, Geneva or Washington. So you have to tell me the headquarters of National Children's Emergency Fund, that is UNICEF, is at which place? Either it is at New York, or it is at London, or it is at Geneva, or it is at Washington. So the right response here will be New York, right? So the right response here is at New York. Okay. Now come to the next question here. The headquarter for International Monetary Fund. I have also let you know about this kind of, how to solve this kind of question through the tricks that I have given you in the beginning of this lecture, right? So you have to tell me the headquarter of an International Monetary Fund, that is IMF, is at which of the following places? Either it is at New York, or London, or Geneva, or Washington. So here I am getting a very good response, right? So let me tell you the correct response, and the correct response is Washington. I have told you that any international organization that is related to money will have its headquarter at Washington, right? So its headquarter is at Washington DC, USA, right? So now let's come to the next question here. The headquarter of World Bank Group, that is WBG, is at which of the following places? Either it is at New York, or London, or Geneva, or Washington. So you have to tell me the right response for this. I'm waiting for your response. Just mention your response in the comment section so that I can let you know whether your response is legitimate or not. So the right answer here is again Washington, World Bank Group. Again, this is related to what? Money. And as per as the trick number 3 that I have given you, any international organization that is related to money will definitely having its headquarters at Washington DC. Okay. Now let's come to the next particular current affair, and it is the headquarter of International Committee of Red Cross is at which place? Either it is at New York, or London, or Geneva in Switzerland, or Washington DC in USA. So you have to tell me which of the following is a right answer for this question. The question, I am repeating it again. The question is the headquarter of International Committee of Red Cross is at which place? Either it is at New York, London, Geneva, or Washington. So the right response here is Geneva. Okay, Geneva in Switzerland, right? You have to remember that the Red Cross was started in Switzerland, and Switzerland is a country that is very peaceful, and that is always the country is always doing humanitarian and charities work. So any organization that is related to charity or humanitarian efforts or humanitarian work or humanitarian actions, the probability of its headquarter to be situated in Geneva is very high then, right? So the right answer here will be Geneva. Now come to the next question, and the next question here will be the headquarter of World Trade Organization is at which place? So here I am giving you a tip, right? In this question, you can find the answer by using the trick number 1 that I have given you in the very starting or very beginning of the class, right? So you have to tell me the right answer, that the headquarter of World Trade Organization is at which place? Either it is at New York, or in London, or Geneva, or Washington DC. So the right response for this question will be Geneva again. Let me tell you and let me remind you once more that any international organization whose name begins with world, W-O-R-L-D, world, and it terminates with organization, then its headquarter will be at Geneva, Switzerland. Okay. Now come to the next current affair. Sorry, next MCQ. Pardon here. The headquarter of World Meteorological Organization, that is WMO, is at which of the following place? You have to tell me the headquarter of World Meteorological Organization, that is WMO, is at which of the following place? Either it is at New York, London, Geneva, or Washington. Right? So you have to tell me the right response. You have to tell me the right response. Again, you need to follow the trick that I have given you in the beginning of this video, that any organization whose name starts with world and terminates with organization, right? I am getting very good response here, and the correct response is again Geneva, Switzerland. Right, World Meteorological Organization, that deals with the study of climate and other factors related to the weather. Its headquarter is at Geneva, Switzerland. Now come to the next current affair. Next MCQ. The headquarter of United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, that is UNESCO, is at which of the following place? You need to remember the trick. You need to remember the trick number 3 or 4. I'm not sure about the number of tricks, but those tricks that I have given you in the beginning of lecture will be helpful in solving this question. So you need to apply that trick and you need to tell me the right answer, that the headquarter of United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, that is UNESCO, abbreviated form of it is UNESCO, is at which place? Either it is at Paris, is it at London, or it is at Geneva, or is it at Washington? So the right answer for this particular question will be the Paris, France. Right, I have told you any organization that is related to education or scientific education or any kind of cultural or any kind of education, its headquarters will be at Paris. Right. Now come to the next question here. The headquarters of International Atomic Energy Agency, that is IAEA, is at which of the following place? Either it is at Vienna, either it is at London, or Geneva, or Washington. So you have to tell me the right response. And here I am giving a reminder again that ABHIPEDIA have launched a course, and that course is very specific and very highly designed. It is that much highly designed that this will definitely boost your course, right? This course is subject oriented, right? We have launched a course that is subject oriented, and you can broad subject oriented course that whenever you prepare for exam, there are some subjects in which you feel that you are lacking somewhere, so you can purchase, or you can buy, or you can take help of that course that will be subject oriented, right? And you will be having to access 3 days free trial, right? You will be getting all links or helpful information in the description, right? So I will be putting the link of that after this video will be finished, right? So if you want to avail that, you can avail that, right, from the official website of ABHIPEDIA. Right? That will be definitely helpful for your exam, as you have observed that these 4 or 5 tricks are very helpful, right? These 4 or 5 tricks will be very helpful, and they are more than enough to make you understand and make you very prepared for this particular topic that is related to international organization. So you can imagine that if you take that course, if you avail that course, how much helpful that would be in your upcoming examination, right? So after this lecture, you can check that link, and you can find all information, right, regarding that course, right? So again, I am here on this particular question. The headquarter of International Atomic Energy Agency, that is IAEA, is at which place? Either it is Vienna, Austria, London, that is in UK, Geneva, that is in Switzerland, or Washington, that is in USA. So you have to tell me the right answer, and this question is also covered by the 4 tricks that I have told you, that I have let you know in the beginning of this class. So the right response here will be in Vienna, Austria, right? So here I am having the next question. The headquarter of Commonwealth of Nations is in which of the following place? The headquarter of Commonwealth of Nation is at which of the following place? Either it is at Paris or London or Geneva or at Washington. So you have to tell me the right response. The headquarter of Commonwealth of Nations is at the which of the following place? I'm waiting for your response. I'm getting a good response here. Let's see whether this response is legitimate or not. So this response is legitimate and the answer here is London, right? So the headquarters of Commonwealth of Nation is at London, UK, that is United Kingdoms, right? Now you have to tell me the headquarter of North Atlantic Treaty Organization, that is NATO, is at which of the following place? Either it is at New York, or it is at London, or Brussels, or Washington. So I have to tell me the headquarter of North Atlantic Treaty Organization, that is NATO, is at which place? NATO was the organization that was founded in terms to cross check and in terms to counter the actions of Russia, right? And that is in news recently because of Russia-Ukraine war, and this is this question become very probable to be asked in exam, as per as NATO was in news, and particularly if I talk about NATO, then there was a news that some Nordic countries like Sweden and Finland and Norway are also planning to join NATO, right? So this become very important. So just answer me, the headquarter of NATO is at which of the following place? So your response is very good. So let me tell you that your response is very legitimate, and the correct answer for this question is Brussels here, right? So let's see what let's come to the next question. Let's see what we are having in the next question. So the next question that we are having is related to ASEAN, right? Association of Southeast Asian Nations, right? Association, A stands for association, S stands for Association of Southeast Asian Nation, right? So you have to tell me the headquarter of Association of Southeast Asian Nations is at which place? Either it is at New York, London, Geneva and Jakarta. It is very simple question, right? So you have to tell me the right answer, that whether it is at New York, London, Geneva or Jakarta. Jakarta is at Indonesia. I'm waiting for your response. And yes, the right answer here is at Jakarta, Indonesia. Jakarta, Indonesia here is the right answer here, right? Now come to the next question here. So the next question that we are having is the headquarter of International Union for Conservation of Nature, that is IUCN, is at which place? Either it is at Gland, or it is at London, or it is at Geneva or Washington. I'm waiting for your response. You have to tell me the headquarter of IUCN, that is International Union for Conservation of Nature. Either it is at Gland, London, Geneva or Washington. So the right response here is option number A, Gland, right? So let's come to the next question. Keep it up, Mr. Traker. Your responses are very good, right? Keep preparing like this and you will definitely crack the exam. Saket Prashant, you are also having a very good response. Keep it up. Now you have to tell me the headquarter of World Economic Forum is at which place? Either it is at London, either it is at New York or Geneva or Washington. So you have to tell me the headquarter of World Economic Forum is at which of the following place, right? You have to tell me the headquarter of World Economic Forum is at which of the following place? Either it is at New York or it is at London, Geneva or Washington. So the right response here is at Geneva in Switzerland. Now come to the next question here, and the next question is the headquarter for International Labour Organization, right? The headquarter for International Labor Organization is at which place? Either it is at New York, London, Geneva or Washington. So the right response here again is at Geneva. Yes, it is the right answer, Geneva in Switzerland. Come to the next question. And the next question here is the headquarter of World Intellectual Property Organization, that is WIPO, is at which of the following places? The headquarter of WIPO, that is World Intellectual Property Organization, is at which place? Either it is at New York, London, Geneva or Washington. So you have to give me the right response. I'm waiting for your response. Either it is at New York, London, Geneva or Washington. Again, this question is following the trick. So I have seen that you people are using those tricks. Let's see what will be the right response, whether this trick was useful here or not. So the right response here was again Geneva, and let me tell you, this trick never fails, right? There is no exception in case of this trick. So this will be definitely very useful for you. If you follow this trick, you will find that you will be scoring some extra marks, and that will be very helpful for you to cracking the exam. As you are aware that 80 questions in this exam are straight away from general awareness, and general awareness is a section that will either breaks you or makes you, right? Either it will take your marks in the exam at a very high level, or it will make you drown somewhere, right? So if you master this subject of general awareness, that you will find that you will be standing a little cut above from other people who haven't prepared journal section and who haven't taken journal awareness very seriously, right? So don't take it lightly, take it a little seriously. And for boosting your course, I'm again reminding you, you can purchase our subject wise course, and you can avail it on the trial of 3 days for free, right? We will be providing all the information in the description after this video, right? Okay, so come to the next question here. The headquarter of Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, that is OECD, is at which of the following place? Either it is in New York, Paris, Geneva or Washington. Keep going on, keep responding like this, right? If you start preparing and if you keep preparing like this, then nobody will be able to stop you from cracking this exam. Yes, the right answer here is, again, this is related to economy, and I have told you any organization that is related to economy, science and education, its headquarters will be at Paris, right? So the right answer here will be Paris. Now come to the next question. The headquarters of United Nations Children Emergency Fund, that is UNICEF, is at which of the following places? You have to tell me the right response. I'm waiting for your response, that the headquarters of UNICEF is at which of the following place? So the right response here is in Paris. Okay, pardon, it is in New York, okay? So there was an anomaly in the PPT, right? So come to the next question, that is the headquarters of International Maritime Organization, that is IMO, is at which of the following place? Either it is at New York, either it is on London, Geneva or Washington. The headquarters of International Maritime Organization, IMO, is at which place? Either at New York, London, Geneva or Washington. So you have to tell me the headquarters of International Maritime Organization, IMO. Okay, I am getting a response from Saket. Mr. Tracker have given the response as well. So the right response here is London, right? You have to remember that London is in UK, and once there was a time when UK was very powerful in marine technology and everything. That's why the headquarters for International Maritime Organization is in London, right? Okay, Anirban Tulkeder, sorry if I have pronounced your name a little wrong, because the screen that is having comment is far distant from me and I'm not able to see your name properly. If you want to join the NABARD course, then you can contact us through our website, right? And you can find our number, and I'll be letting you know, I'll be telling my technical team, they will be getting up to you, they will be giving you the link by which you can purchase the course, right? And you can join the course, right? That will be very helpful for you. This year in ABHIPEDIA Grade A, we have 40 plus students who have qualified that exam, and with that glorious result and very, I must say, very successful result, we can ensure you that you will be doing better in your exam, upcoming exam, right? So let's come to the next question here. The headquarters of United Nations Industrial Development Organization, that is UNIDO, is at which of the following place? Either it is at New York or London, Vienna or Washington. So I have to tell me the headquarters of United Nations Industrial Development Organization, that is UNIDO, is at which of the following place? Either it is in New York, London, Vienna or Washington. The headquarters of United Nations Industrial Development Organization. Again, this is related to industry, and I have given you the trick that any international organization that is related to industry will have its headquarters in. So I have to give me the response. So the correct response here will be Vienna, right? Vienna in Austria, as per as the trick. Right. Now come to the next question here. The headquarters of Universal Postal Union is at which of the following place? Headquarters of Universal Postal Union is at which of the following place? Either it is in New York, London, Vienna or in Bern, Switzerland. The headquarters of Universal Postal Union. So the right answer here is, as per as your response, it is Bern in Switzerland, right? So now let's come to the next question here. So the next question here is the headquarters of International Renewable Energy Agency is at which of the following place? Either it is in New York, London, Abu Dhabi or Washington. The headquarters of International Renewable Energy, you have to tell me the headquarters of International Renewable Energy Agency is at which of the following place? Either it is in New York, London, Abu Dhabi, in UAE or Washington in USA. London is in UK and New York is also in USA. So I'm waiting for your response. Yes, the right response is as per as your response, and your response is very legitimate. It is in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi in UAE, United Arab Emirates. Okay, now come to the next question, and the next question here is the headquarters of International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, that is IUPAC. The headquarters of IUPAC, this organization is very important in terms of science, because any new chemical invention or chemical formula that is invented or that is here in the current affair, will definitely get name from this organization, that is IUPAC. So you have to tell me this particular organization is having its headquarter at which of the following place. Either it is in New York or North Carolina in USA again, or Vienna in Switzerland, or Washington DC in USA again. It is in North Carolina, USA. Now come to the next question. The headquarter of International Olympic Committee is at which of the following place? You have to tell me the headquarter of International Olympic Committee is at which of the following place? And the options here are New York, London, Vienna, or at Lausanne, Switzerland. So you have to tell me the right response, and the right response here is at Lausanne, Switzerland, right? So here we are having the next question, and the next question here is the headquarter of Organization for Prohibition of Chemical Weapon is at which place? The headquarter of the headquarter of Organization for Prohibition of Chemical Weapon is at which place? Either it is at New York, or it is at the Netherlands, or it is at Vienna, or is it at Washington? So you have to tell me the right response, that the Organization for Prohibition of Chemical Weapons is at which of the following place? So the right answer here is at Hughes in the Netherlands. Okay, so just mention that did you find this video helpful for your RBI Grade B exam? And how was the video? Just mention it in your comment section. Mr. Tracker have given the right response, huge. Mr. Saket have also given the right answer B, that is used in Netherlands. So just mention that how helpful was this video was for your preparation. And let me tell you one more thing again. I am here to remind you in the last of this video that for making you successful, for taking you more towards your success, we have launched a subject-wise course for this RBI Grade B exam, and that will be boosting your course and making you careen towards your success, right? You can avail that course, right? And that course is also having 3-day free trial. After having that free-day trial, if you feel that course is helpful, then you can avail it. Otherwise, it will be helping you in that free trial as well, right? So if you want to avail that, then the details will be in descriptions, right? And after that you will be able to have it. Welcome Mr. Tracker and Mr. Neeraj Kumar, right? So by this information, I just want to take a leave. Have a very good day, very good time, and let's meet in our next video. Till then, take care, be happy, keep preparing for your exam, and by the next time we'll meet. And just make sure that you will be preparing this particular topic very carefully and very deliberately, because this question from this topic are supposed to come in the exam. And by using these tricks and practicing these questions, you will be find that you are definitely ready for this section. By this, I am taking the leave. Have a very good day and a very happy life and very happy and successful life ahead, right?